This is Monkey World in Dorset, the largest ape and monkey rescue centre on the planet. Today on Monkey Life, resident Capuchin TJ joins the new monkey male arrivals, but he's looking for trouble.
Not keen on this. I think he's about to start a fight. Look at him, he's just desperate to start a fight.
A couple of old friends fall out and Paddy has to step in before it gets nasty. And in Hananya's house, it's teeth cleaning time.
Obviously, their first reaction is to want to grab the toothbrush.
Monkey World's Capuchin population has radically grown from 4 to a massive 94. Most have come from a research laboratory in Chile, and many lived in solitary confinement. Over the last few days, the park has been integrating the Chilean Capuchins into social groups, males with males and females with females. It's been a very ambitious task. One of the park's original 4 Capuchins, Tom, has already moved in with the Chilean boys. And today, his old pals Gizmo and TJ are joining them.
Yeah.
TJ has walked straight into his new home and seems calm, but Alison is concerned for Gizmo.
The only individual that's causing a fuss right now is Gizmo because he just doesn't know what's going on. But other than Gizmo, we're all good. It's all quiet and calm. You're doing all right.
Gizmo and TJ were both rescued from the British pet trade, and they've lived at the park with Tom for over 4 years.
TJ's doing really good. He's just taking it all in. I don't know if he's made eye contact with Tom yet or not. He's looking up that direction. Oh, there's Tom, yeah.
Gizmo is beginning to calm down. The team open the slide separating him from the other males, so he can join them in the playroom.
Ready when you are? Yeah, okay.
And TJ makes a beeline for his old friend Tom.
Oh, look, here we go. We're about to have a... Oh, my friend. Oh, Tom, I know. The penny dropped with TJ, and he came up to Tom and realized it was Tom and gave him a hug.
Tom and TJ have been close for years, but their strong friendship could cause problems.
We're gonna have to watch that pair awful close and make sure that Tom doesn't all of a sudden feel a sense of power, that he's got TJ with him, and go and confront Gorillon or any of the other males for that matter.
Gorillon has already established himself as the alpha male, so Tom and TJ really shouldn't push their luck with him. But so far, everything's going well, and it's a fantastic achievement.
As we stand right now, that's it. That's all of our Capuchin monkeys at Monkey World. The 88 from Chile, the 2 new arrivals from the pet trade, plus our 4 guys. Everybody's all socialized and together now in 2 groups. We've got the ladies up the hill and all of the boys down here, and there are now 26 boys in here together. I think probably the crux of whether this all hangs together in the next couple of days centers around these 2 right here, Tom and TJ, and whether or not they decide to take on Gorillon.
And later, Alison's worries become a reality when TJ gets overprotective and a quick decision has to be made.
If he has a go at anybody, I want him out immediately.
And Brian shows off his perfect new adult teeth.
It didn't seem to be a painful experience at all, really. The teeth came through very quickly and very easily.
Over in the bachelor pad, newcomer Seamus is still getting used to his new group. So far, he's met 11 of the 14 boys. The bachelors can be a lively bunch, and Seamus has quickly learnt to stay well out of the way when things kick off. But it doesn't look like he's going to be allowed to hide away for long. This is Mojo. He's a sociable chimp who loves to play, and he's decided that the chimp he wants to play with is Seamus. It doesn't look like Seamus wants to play, but Mojo isn't taking no for an answer. It was a different story when Seamus lived in his old group, the nursery. During his 7 years there, he became one of the park's most playful and naughtiest residents, and he could get quite rough with the youngsters. Seamus needed calming down, and life with the bachelors has certainly achieved this. He's settling in well, but is still wary of the rowdy rabble, and rightly so. But it's important that Seamus makes friends. And in the end, Mojo's persistence pays off. Seamus is, after all, still Seamus. He can never resist playtime for long. Over at the chimp nursery, Cara is checking up on 5-year-old Brian, and she's paying special attention to his new adult teeth.
Good boy, Brian. We're really pleased with the way things are going. When he arrived, he only had the 3 molars and he had problems with solid foods, and we were supplementing him with some soft foods. But now we're a year on, all the incisors are through, and he also has some of the premolars. We're up to 14 so far.
Before coming to Monkey World, Brian was being trained as a beach photographer's prop in Mexico. When Alison and her late husband Jim first met him, they were shocked by what they found.
We've seen it before with many primates where the front teeth get removed, but never all of them. So we were trying to figure out how somebody could have, it would have been a big operation to remove every single tooth in the poor little guy's head.
His owner didn't want him biting the tourists he was being forced to pose with, and Brian was left with only 4 teeth. When Brian arrived at Monkey World, some of these had to be removed because they were broken. The team are delighted to see that Brian's adult teeth have grown through perfectly.
It didn't seem to be a painful experience at all, really. The teeth came through very quickly and very easily. We've been able to keep a very detailed record of when the teeth have come through and how things are progressing, and all the teeth look really healthy, the gums are fine, so we're really pleased.
Soon, Brian will have a full set of healthy adult teeth, and his traumatic past will be firmly behind him. Back with the Capuchin boys, Gizmo has settled down. And TJ is still glued to his old pal Tom. The pair have been close for many years, and TJ isn't keen on sharing Tom. He makes his feelings quite clear to the others. But TJ's jealous behaviour is concerning Alison and the team.
Hang on here. TJ's starting to become overprotective of Tom and is starting to lose the plot a bit. He's now linked up so tight with Tom, he's not letting anybody, any of the other individuals, even approach Tom. So if TJ continues this, we'll have to pull him out. He's threatening people right now.
Fortunately, Tom's not joining in. The team predicted that when he joined a proper Capuchin group, his status would actually drop. And it has. He's now happy to let Gorillon be the alpha male. But TJ has other ideas. He thinks Tom should still be the boss. There's a definite tension in the air as he sizes up Gorillon from across the playroom.
There's a big thing happening with Tom, TJ, and Gorillon now. And Gorillon, I think, realizes all of a sudden that Tom has backup because keeps walking in and going,
Gorillon makes the first move and approaches TJ. But feeling confident with Tom by his side, TJ starts using threatening gestures.
See, look. Nobody's allowed to get near Tom now. Not keen on this. No, he's going. I think we should have him out. I think he's about to start a fight. Look at him, he's just desperate to start a fight.
It looks like this introduction could turn nasty, so Alison decides they're going to have to step in quickly.
Okay, do you guys want to see if you can get either, whether it's bananas, Tom will come over for a banana, TJ will come with him.
Unfortunately, having all 26 male Capuchins integrated has only lasted 10 minutes. TJ's been separated, and the team are going to have to decide on his future. At Monkey World, in the orangutan enclosure, Amy is keeping an eye on the youngsters who may soon have a new playmate. Amy is now several months pregnant, but there is concern, as she's proved in the past that she's not a natural mother. She's had 4 babies at the park, but only one survived, her son Gordon, and he had to be hand-reared because she rejected him at birth. But recently, Amy seems to have started to take an interest in playing mum and has been paying a lot of attention to Kai, the current baby of the group. So, over in the office, the primate care staff are discussing whether Amy might have finally got what it takes to raise a baby this time around.
Do we still think that she's gonna be the same old, and abandon the baby?
I don't know, she's very friendly with Kai, to the point where Xiaokuai is actually getting quite annoyed with her, and they're almost arguing over it.
I mean, obviously give her that chance. Really, really, really give her that chance. But,
Okay, and then otherwise it'll fall down to primate care staff, and that we need to then sit down and discuss any nursery situations and have that prepared and ready for the date.
Every effort is being made so that Amy will hopefully bond with her infant when it's born. In the orangutan bedrooms, keeper Penny has already started working with her to get her used to having her nipples touched, which is what will happen when the baby feeds.
I'm just putting a little bit of pressure, okay, good girl, on her nipples, just to see and make sure she's quite happy for us to actually manipulate them, and that kind of thing, because obviously with the baby, it's going to be pulling on her nipples, and it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, so I'm just trying to get her used to that, really.
But if she doesn't tolerate the baby feeding directly from her, the team could use a breast pump to express Amy's milk and feed the baby separately. Whichever way she chooses, Amy still needs to build up her tolerance.
People that have had babies know that your breasts do become quite sensitive, so this is another way of desensitising that, getting her used to people fiddling around, and of course the food reward is a great incentive, particularly with Amy because she's so food orientated. Good girl.
At the moment, Amy seems perfectly comfortable with Penny touching her. So Leanne Bates, who's visiting from the US to help with behaviour training, has come up with a plan that involves a practice baby.
Very experimental. We don't know how she's going to initially react to it and whether or not this will actually be a very good substitute when the real baby shows up. But it's something that's similar looking, and with the puppet, you could actually kind of control hand movements that might simulate a more alive subject. And what we're really looking for, I think the most important thing, is that she is non-aggressive to it.
Penny begins simple steps to get Amy used to the puppet. And although Amy seems unfazed by the fluffy toy, her eyes are saying otherwise.
The eyes.
The eyes.
The eyes. She's just the way she's looking at it, she's not... I think she's happy with it, it's just she's giving it the evil eye, which could mean she might possibly try with I don't pay attention, good girl, to try and snipe it from me. She's just got that look.
Amy seems to be getting used to the toy touching her, so the next stage is for the puppet baby to be put near her nipple.
Good girl. Obviously, the best thing we can all wish for is for her to actually accept the baby. It will be brilliant if she does that, but if it doesn't, we've got a couple of scenarios we can follow through.
They will continue with this training every day, right up until the birth.
OK, good girl.
Coming up, training of a different sort, when the chimps get their teeth cleaned.
But obviously we have to be careful because they don't know not to spit out the toothpaste.
Next door with the chimpanzees, the alpha male Paddy is trying his best to relax. But one of the chimps in his troop is about to wreck his plans for the afternoon. Gamba. Gamba is confident, ambitious, and always getting up to mischief. And today, he's clearly done something to annoy Buster. Just like humans, chimps can fall out over the smallest things, even old friends like Gamba and Buster. And Buster is determined to let everyone know about it. Even though Buster's 28 years old, he's not acting in a very grown-up fashion. He just keeps getting more and more upset. This is the moment where maybe Paddy should step in. But no, he's determined not to let Gamba and Buster spoil his relaxation. Buster is desperate for someone, anyone, to come to his rescue, but it looks like nobody cares. And even when he gets reassurance from the boss, he still can't give up the argument. Eventually, Buster goes too far and bites Gamba. That's it. Paddy's afternoon is well and truly spoilt, and it's time to put the boys in their place. And now the boss has spoken, the squabbling pair quickly back down, and in typical chimp style, they make up as if nothing ever happened. Across the park in Hanania's chimp group, peace and quiet is also the order of the day. A grooming session with the alpha male has started, and everyone seems keen to get involved. It's a great way of relaxing and bonding, and it's also how the chimps establish their hierarchy. The more important you are, the more pampering you receive. So, with Hanania being swamped from head to toe, it's clear who's in charge. But while grooming is a very important part of chimpanzee social life, inside Hanania's house, Kara is busy dealing with the side effects.
We have a culture in the whole of Hanania's group, really, that unfortunately when they groom each other, they actually have a habit of also removing some of the hairs. Simon's probably one of our most prolific groomers, and he tends to get some hairs stuck in his teeth. And so we sought advice from the dentist, and he said that we could gently try and remove the hairs with a toothbrush periodically. You can see it's quite a controlled action. It's just removing the hairs that have become trapped in the gums.
It's important that the hairs are removed because they can cause the gums to become irritated and infected. In the past, the chimps have had to be sedated so the dentist could remove the trapped hairs. But it's a big procedure, and anaesthetics can be dangerous. So for the keepers and chimps alike, teeth cleaning training has proved very popular.
There's definitely a trick, and the dentist said to use quite a hard toothbrush and a very controlled, gentle action, because obviously we don't want to cause any irritation. We use a tiny amount of toothpaste just because we found actually the frothiness stops it from being so uncomfortable. But obviously we have to be careful because they don't know not to spit out the toothpaste. They seem to like the mint and orange juice mix.
Simon gets an orange juice drink as a reward for being cooperative, but it wasn't easy getting him used to the toothbrush.
It was actually quite a slow process. Obviously, their first reaction is to want to grab the toothbrush, which happened quite a few times in the early days. But now he's really, really good. He's quite used to it. He definitely enjoys the sessions. And you can work away for 20 minutes on Simon's teeth and he'll cooperate. When he's had enough, he just wanders off and we'll go back to it another day.
So whilst Simon is happily allowing Cara to give his teeth a really good clean, Hananya is outside enjoying his alpha male privileges. But if too much grooming carries on, the next visitors for Cara's oral hygiene surgery could be lining up. Next time on Monkey Life. Alpha male Hananya is becoming violent. The team make a big decision for the safety of his group.
We're going to actually remove the very tips of Hananya's canine teeth. The ones that not just cut the skin, but cut deep and down through muscles.
Chimp Simon and Evelyn have a swing-off, but who will win? And the park has seen 6 woolly monkey births, but is getting ready for the next. Paquita is pregnant.
We are able to touch her stomach and check her over, and it's not just puppy fat and too many bananas. She is pregnant.